Hi, welcome to our channel Programming of Mind, where we accelerate your knowledge with concise, from high-value book summaries. Let's begin the dip. The role of strategy in navigating challenges while persistence and resilience are essential when facing the dip. They alone are not enough. To successfully navigate the dip, you also need a well-thought-out strategy. Strategy is the roadmap that guides your actions, helping you make smarter decisions, avoid unnecessary detours, and maximize your chances of success. Without a clear strategy, you may find yourself wasting time and energy on activities that don't lead to meaningful progress. In this part, we'll explore the importance of strategy in the face of the dip and how to develop one that works. Let's begin with the story of Laura, an entrepreneur who launched a small organic skincare brand. Laura was passionate about her products, but when she entered the market, she found that competition was fierce. Big-name brands with larger budgets flooded the market, and smaller companies like Laura's were struggling to gain traction. She quickly entered the dip, feeling overwhelmed by the competition and unsure of how to stand out. Rather than pushing blindly forward, Laura decided to take a step back and reevaluate her strategy. She realized that trying to compete directly with the larger brands was not the most effective approach. Instead, she chose to focus on a niche, vegan, eco-friendly skincare products for people with sensitive skin. By narrowing her focus, Laura was able to create a stronger brand identity and appeal directly to a specific audience. She also used social media to build relationships with her customers, offering free educational content about skincare and sustainability. By adjusting her strategy, Laura was able to break through the dip. Her business began to grow, and she attracted a loyal customer base that resonated with her values and product offerings. Laura's story highlights the importance of strategic thinking. Instead of simply trying to power through the dip with more of the same, she adapted her strategy to better fit her market. By identifying her unique selling point and focusing on a specific niche, she was able to differentiate herself from the competition and find success. A successful strategy during the dip is one that leverages your strengths and minimizes your weaknesses. This requires a deep understanding of your own capabilities, your market, and your competitors. Strategy is not just about pushing harder, it's about working smarter. This means reassessing your approach, experimenting with different tactics, and constantly refining your methods. Take the example of Daniel, a software engineer who developed a productivity app. While the app was functional and well-designed, Daniel initially failed to gain users. His app was just one of many in a saturated market. After spending months in the dip, Daniel realized that he was not tapping into the right audience. Rather than continuing to work on features that no one seemed to care about, Daniel shifted his strategy. He focused on solving a specific pain point, helping freelancers manage multiple projects and deadlines. Daniel's pivot allowed him to target a specific group of people who were struggling with time management. He optimized his app to meet the needs of freelancers, adding features that allowed users to track projects, set reminders, and manage tasks more effectively. He also adjusted his marketing to speak directly to freelancers, focusing on their unique challenges. By changing his strategy, Daniel was able to escape the dip. His app became a go-to tool for freelancers, and his user base grew rapidly. His story demonstrates that success is not just about persistence. It's about understanding where you can make the biggest impact and adjusting your approach accordingly. In addition to understanding your market and strengths, a good strategy also involves knowing when to say no. When you're in the dip, it's tempting to say yes to every opportunity, thinking that it will lead to success. But often, spreading yourself too thin can dilute your efforts and prevent you from focusing on what truly matters. Learning to say no to distractions and non-essential tasks is a key component of any effective strategy. Consider the story of Rachel, a professional photographer who initially took on every project that came her way. While she was grateful for the work, Rachel found that working with clients who didn't align with her values or style left her feeling drained. She quickly realized that taking on too many different types of projects was taking her focus away from her passion, high-end wedding photography. Rachel decided to adjust her strategy by focusing exclusively on weddings. She stopped accepting portrait sessions, family shoots, and corporate work. This allowed her to spend more time perfecting her craft, building relationships with high-end wedding planners, and marketing herself specifically to engaged couples. By narrowing her focus, Rachel was able to raise her prices, attract her ideal clients, and build a thriving wedding photography business. Rachel's story highlights the power of saying no. Instead of trying to cater to everyone, she focused on the clients who aligned with her vision and passions. This strategic decision allowed her to carve out a niche and build a successful business. In the dip, it's easy to chase after every opportunity that comes your way, but by staying focused on what truly matters, you increase your chances of breaking through. In addition to focusing on your strengths and saying no to distractions, a successful strategy requires adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and your ability to adjust your strategy based on new information or changing circumstances is crucial for long-term success. The dip is a great time to evaluate your strategy and determine if it needs to be adjusted. Being flexible and open to change allows you to stay relevant and find new ways to move forward. Take the example of Tom, a small business owner who ran a brick-and-mortar bookstore. For years, Tom had built his business on selling physical books, but when the ebook market exploded, he found himself losing customers. Sales were declining, and Tom was struggling to compete with online retailers. Instead of resisting change, Tom decided to adapt his strategy. He began offering a curated selection of ebooks and audiobooks in addition to physical books. He also introduced events such as book signings, author talks, and reading groups to draw customers into the store. Tom's ability to adapt his business model allowed him to break through the dip. His bookstore became a community hub for book lovers, and he found a new source of revenue from ebook sales. Tom's story demonstrates the importance of staying flexible and adapting your strategy as circumstances change. When faced with challenges, the most successful people are those who are willing to pivot, experiment, and try new approaches. Lastly, an effective strategy during the dip is one that incorporates feedback and continuous improvement. The struggles you face during the dip provide valuable information about what's working and what's not. By seeking feedback from customers, peers, and mentors, you can gain insights that will help you refine your approach and make smarter decisions. Consider the story of James, a software developer who had created a new app designed to help people track their fitness progress. When the app launched, James received a lot of feedback from users. While some of the feedback was positive, many users expressed frustration with the app's user interface, which they found confusing. Rather than dismissing the feedback or getting defensive, James took it seriously. He listened to his users, made improvements to the app, and relaunched it with a new design that was much more intuitive. The response to the revamped app was overwhelmingly positive. James's willingness to embrace feedback and continuously improve his product helped him break through the dip. His app gained a loyal user base, and the company began to grow. James's story highlights the importance of continuous improvement. The dip is not just about enduring struggles. It's about using those struggles as a learning opportunity. By seeking feedback, experimenting with new ideas, and refining your approach, you can turn the dip into a period of growth and innovation. In conclusion, while persistence and resilience are vital during the dip, they are not enough on their own. To truly break through the dip and achieve success, you need a solid strategy. A successful strategy is one that leverages your strengths, adapts to changing circumstances, focuses on what matters most, and incorporates continuous feedback. Strategy helps you work smarter, not harder, and provides a roadmap for navigating the challenges that come your way. By developing and refining your strategy, you can turn the dip from a daunting obstacle into an opportunity for growth and success. Thank you for listening, and please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.